Octopuses are unique creatures. Unique genetics, 3 hearts, blue blood, thinking arms. The more you learn, the weirder it gets. It's no wonder they're famously called aliens of the ocean. 3 hearts, one heart is for the whole body and the other 2 hearts pump blood to the gills. One of their hearts stops when swimming, that's why they crawl. Although they are very fast swimmers, they hate swimming because it's exhausting. They have blue blood due to their copper-based hemocyanin, a protein responsible for transporting oxygen in the blood. One arm alone usually has 240 to 280 suckers. Suckers are like vacuum seals, and that's around 2,000 suckers in total. Suckers are used for moving, grabbing, tasting their surroundings, and exploring their environment. The name octopus derives from the ancient Greek words octopos, meaning 8 feet. The modern word is a Latinized form. Arms act like 8 mini-brains. An arm can move independently from the brain. It's no coincidence that roughly 2/3 of their neurons are found in their arms instead of the brain. Octopuses have around 500 million neurons in total. That's similar to that of a dog. To escape a predator, they can lose their arm. This can also happen willingly. Arms fully regrow after around 100 or more days. The lost arm can still move. For at least an hour. This is getting creepier. At least it can confuse predators. The lost arm doesn't just move. It reacts to stimuli, including touch and perhaps even pain. One study found out that severed arms curl up or withdraw when threatened. It can even try to feed the mouth. Each sucker can be independent too, moving in any direction, even in completely different directions. Octopuses have roughly 33,000 protein-coding genes. That's a lot more than humans. Hundreds of genes are found only in octopuses. Octopuses are often described as the most intelligent invertebrates. Their brain shape looks like a donut, believe it or not. Their brain is located between its eyes and wrapped around its esophagus. That practically means that eating large pieces of food can damage the brain. Excellent at multitasking and have great memory. They can open jars and use tools for shelter and protection. They reproduce only once and have a sex arm. Hectocotylus is the reproductive arm used by males to transfer sperm packets to females. They rarely lose it compared to the other arms. Coincidence or not? This arm has different suckers that are tiny and can sense the female hormones. In some species, the hectocotylus can be detached to stay inside the female. That happens because the male is much smaller, so it avoids the risk of cannibalism. Poor parents. Both die due to a self-destruct mechanism triggered after mating. This is caused by hormonal changes by the optic glands. Males die shortly after. They stop eating and become lethargic. Females starve to protect the eggs. The mother may tear their own skin or even eat its tentacles. Males engage in self-mutilation too, but they may not survive enough to self-mutilate. What if the optic gland near the brain is removed? Removal experiments of the optic gland have shown that the female will live longer and abandon eggs to feed. Octopuses are masters of camouflage, changing color, and even texture to match surrounding rocks and corals. This change can happen in milliseconds, faster than a human blink. They may even mimic other animals or create moving colors to intimidate predators, attract mates, or fight. For example, the mimic octopus can use its body shape and movement to look like a sea snake or at least 15 other sea creatures. Octopuses usually remain very still or under rocks. Some species can bury themselves completely under the sand. Or rely on toxic venoms, like the blue-ringed octopus that can cause rapid paralysis on humans. Due to their skin, they can see light independently of their brain and eyes. Their skin can detect brightness through light-sensitive proteins like rhodospin, which is like those found in their retinas. This is not the same as detailed images. Their sensitivity to light might help them achieve fast camouflage, without needing the brain to process visual information. Most octopuses live for 6 months up to 5 years depending on the species. The smallest species is Octopus wolfi and weighs less than 1 gram. The biggest octopus can even reach over 70 kilograms, giant Pacific octopus. They can crawl upside down. They swim using jet propulsion. In other words, they expel water to move. They draw water into their mantle cavity and then expel it with force. They have no bones, causing them to be extremely flexible. No bones, no problem. They can carry objects while moving. Like portable shelters. For example, the veined octopus, also known as coconut octopus, will not only carry coconut shells or large clams but will also stack them. This is a perfect hiding spot when they feel threatened. Only a few invertebrates know how to use tools, and that's one of the reasons octopuses are considered to be one of the most intelligent invertebrates. For example, coconut octopuses can even collect 2 coconut halves in a way that creates a sphere. Octopuses love hiding spaces, and they may even use our trash. Our trash might be a treasure for them. Sea pollution is bad, anyways. They may get injured from broken glass. They can even build walls with trash. To protect their homes, they gather piles of clams, rocks, and other materials to build walls. Oh, and they can walk on two legs. While carrying objects, too. Now that's what I'm calling multitasking. We all know how dangerous jellyfish can be, since they may have venom that's dangerous to humans. Blanket octopuses use the venomous sting of the Portuguese man-o'-war as a weapon against predators. This species is immune to the venom, so why not have an advantage? They may even use it for hunting. Poor fish. In case you're wondering how, they rip off the jellyfish tentacles. Also, octopus's arms can detect potential threats and chemicals. Octopuses are a high-energy and nutritional value meal. However, it's a risky meal since tentacles can cause suffocation. Dolphins prepare the meal by beating them on the water surface to make them safe to consume. Octopuses are good hunters as well. Some large species, like the giant Pacific octopus, kill sharks. Some sharks' gills require motion. If the shark stops moving, it cannot breathe. Octopuses take full advantage of this by wrapping them with their tentacles to prevent the shark from moving. Suckers stuck to you but not the octopus. Have you ever wondered why? An octopus skin has a chemical signal that prevents their suckers from activating. This happens even with severed arms. The arms of an octopus can reach up to 10 times its body length. Most octopuses hunt at night, and they have excellent night vision. They can team up with certain species of fish. This results in octopuses punching fish, maybe to ensure that fish don't steal their prey. Sometimes there might be no clear reason. Octopuses can survive outside water, usually up to 60 minutes, depending on the species. They use their skin to absorb oxygen. The environment plays a huge role, too. For example, direct sunlight makes their skin dry faster. They can camouflage even while moving and even mimic the movement of plants while walking on 2 feet. The octopus's tongue, called the radula, has microscopic teeth that enable it to break through hard shells. To be exact, usually more than 100 teeth. It's basically like a chainsaw with rows of teeth. Some octopuses may also use their radula to drill a hole through the hard shells of their prey to inject paralyzing venoms. There are over 300 species and some of them are deep-sea creatures, even 23,000 feet. Deep-sea octopuses look very different than the octopus you might see while swimming. For example, they may have a translucent body or glow. Also, most deep-sea octopuses do not have ink sacs. It's a useless defense mechanism in complete darkness. However, most species have an ink sac. Black is the first color that comes to mind, but the ink can also be brown, red, or dark blue. Let's move on to my favorite deep-sea octopus, the Dumbo octopus. Maybe this name sounds familiar to you. It's named after Disney's 1941 animated film Dumbo. You may wonder why. This octopus species has fins that look like ears. No wonder it's called that. It's cute too, but that's not a scientific fact. Octopus are intelligent and yummy, sorry. They are indeed fascinating creatures. Thanks for watching.